So you beautiful people, it seems as if Black Ops Cold War has had a bit of a stuttering start in terms of sales for its first week in the UK, and I'm not sure what the sales are like across the world, but there may be a trend coming up, which is something we're going to keep an eye on in the future. Now, the game has actually sold more in terms of digital copies than Modern Warfare. It's actually sold 39%. However, the physical copies are down by almost 64%, and overall, when you add the both together, it's down by 16% compared to Modern Warfare, which came out in 2019. Now, there are a few things that I gotta say here. I don't believe for a minute that it is the actual game that has caused this. I don't believe Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War is actually a bad game. In fact, overall, in terms of playability, the fundamentals that I enjoy in Call of Duty, I would take this game in its current state over Modern Warfare all day long. I just believe it's showing much more potential in its early days, especially because it's been a 2-year development cycle on this game than Modern Warfare has ever shown. And I know a lot of people are going to jump in the comment section and start on that one, but I don't really care. That's my opinion, and I'm entitled to it. Now, one thing I will say about Modern Warfare is, in terms of the look of the game, it was a stunning visual Call of Duty to play. In terms of the sounds, the weapon reload animations, absolutely brilliant. But the core fundamental of Call of Duty that needs to be right is the playability factor. That is the most important element in any Call of Duty. Now, when I say playability, what do I mean? Well, I'm talking about the perks balance, I'm talking about the weapons balance, I'm talking about the maps, the design of the maps and the map flow. Those are the most important ingredients in Call of Duty. Then you can bolt on stuff like score streaks and visual factors that we're talking about. This is where I believe Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019 was the worst Call of Duty that I've played. It's down there for me with Advanced Warfare. It's that bad because I have played this game the way that the game was supposed to be played over the years. Call of Duty, and this is an irrefutable fact, Call of Duty is predicated on being a fast twitch arcade style shooter. It is not about realism. If the game was really about realism and we cared about realism that much, most people would not revere Black Ops 2 as the best Call of Duty ever, because let's face it, that game was set in the future. It was fictional, as most of the game is fictional anyway, but that was very fictional. It was more cartoony looking, which is most of Treyarch's games, than Infinity Ward's games, but it still went down as a great game. Why? Because it had the core fundamentals I've just spoke about. Yes, there were certain things that were broken, but overall, the game was a very balanced game to play, and overall, it was the more enjoyable game because of the things like the maps, Raid. I could name so many different great maps, Slums. There was just so many on that game. Standoff. I could go on for days. That game was designed from the ground up as a good Call of Duty overall. Modern Warfare 2019, let me tell you why it done so well. It wasn't because it was a good game. It was because it had the best marketing campaign that Call of Duty has ever had. And when I say the best marketing campaign, it was because of previous Call of Duties. Why it had such a good campaign. The Modern Warfare trilogy is to thank why this game sold so well. I mean, listen to it. Modern Warfare is going to be rebooted for 2019. That alone is a sales pitch that would get any true Call of Duty fan and any true Modern Warfare fan listening, including myself. As soon as I heard they was doing a reboot, I was like, I gotta cop this game. I've got to cop this game. The game went on to sell 600 million in its opening week of revenue, and then has sold to date 30 million copies. Now let's just put things into perspective here before people keep going on about this is a good game. It sold 30 million copies. Now, every single outlet you look, every single statistic you look for will factor in that a lot of these sales have come from, and including Activision's quarterly calls, they have even said this themselves. The game sold 30 million copies, and a lot of that is down to Warzone, a free-to-play game which advertised the mechanics of the game, and people heard there was a multiplayer aspect that you could buy for a certain amount of money, and they went and brought it. It does not mean for a second that they were happy with their purchase. I don't believe they were happy with their purchase, just like I brought Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019 and I wasn't happy with my purchase. I played the game for a total of I think 4 weeks before I just stopped playing it, and then Warzone came out and I went on that and really enjoyed it. Warzone is absolutely brilliant. Now, Modern Warfare 3 sold just under 31 million copies. It is the most sold Call of Duty of all time if you take away Warzone from Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019. If we talk about this game has sold less, 16% down compared to Modern Warfare, then one of the biggest factors I'm going to say why this has happened is not because Black Ops Cold War is a bad game, it's because people feel like they got duped with Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019. For any of you who truly followed the start of that game and everything that led up to its release, you would have known there were so many rumors flying about, because initially there was going to be no minimap at all. It was just going to be the compass. They put in the minimap as a compromise, but it didn't show up when people were firing. It was just not the traditional minimap that we know and love. And when that was done, it was almost like an element of hope for the Call of Duty community. Oh, if they've done that, then maybe they will make Dead Silence a perk. Then maybe they will change Ghost to the traditional Trek Ghost that everybody loves. And we waited and waited for that to happen. And whilst this was happening, we were still playing that game. It never happened, it never came, and it became a factor where people started mocking Joe Seacott, and Joe Seacott started mocking the Call of Duty community, and we became this vocal minority. Absolute nonsense. And this is why I think sales are down, because people weren't listened to, the community was not listened to throughout the entirety of Modern Warfare 2019, and I genuinely believe now people are speaking with their wallets. Yes, we can factor in a portion of the pandemic and people have lost jobs and stuff like that. We're in a second lockdown currently in the UK, but there's a counter argument to that, because as you've seen at the start of the video, downloads, digital downloads were up by 39%. That's because people cannot come out of their house, so they are still buying Call of Duty. Physical sales were down by almost 64%. I genuinely believe Modern Warfare has had an adverse effect on how people feel about Call of Duty. Bolt on skill-based matchmaking with that, and you've just got a shit show. You've really got a shit show, and that's why I believe that Call of Duty's in the current state it's in. Also, adding to that factor, I feel like the game's cannibalized itself with having a free-to-play aspect like Warzone, and then expecting people to spend top dollar on the multiplayer aspect of the game. So guys, how do you feel about this? Let me know down in the comment section what your thoughts are. Now, I will agree that in terms of its visuals, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War isn't the best, but the one thing that I can see in this game that I really thought I'd see in Call of Duty Modern Warfare, but it just never came, is bags of potential. And Tony Flame has already started to show us that these guys are really serious in taking feedback that we are giving as a community and listening to us seriously instead of mocking us like we was mocked by Joe Seacott. So let me know down in the comment section your feelings about this video. Guys, there are many buttons you can hit, but a like and subscribe button, I hope they took your fancy. And as always guys, don't forget to stay on the right track. Peace.